Hello and welcome to another edition of MetsMusings. I hate to start off on a sad note, but last week the MetsMusings family had some bad news that one of our longtime listeners and contributor of the show had passed away. For those of you that would go back a long time listeners, you remember a skit that we used to do where a guy would call in by the name of Ernst from Dusseldorf. And Ernst was a German guy with a German accent who would talk about his adventures at the ballpark or at spring training with Uncle Hans, and or he would just rant about what the Mets are doing, or what they should be doing, or who they should sign, or whatever. And Ernst was a good friend of my former co-host and myself, by the name of Ernie. And Ernie passed away 2 days before Thanksgiving, and so I just wanted to take a moment to remember him and his contribution to the show. Always brought us a laugh and was an early staple of the early MetsMusing shows, and just wanted to remember him, and would appreciate it if we could just take a moment to remember him. And rest in peace, old buddy. Goodbye, Ernie.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a PhD in life through baseball? Welcome to Baseball PhD, a tour company for your brain. 30 major league teams, 100 places to see. Let's touch them all as we make the road trip of a lifetime.
Check out my Twitter page at MetsMusings1, and check out a Facebook group. It's at facebook.com/MetsMusings. Go check it out, and don't forget to call the hotline. It's 516-619-6341.
Okay, and we're back, and got some Met news here. The Mets have made a couple of signings. They signed Trevor May to a contract, right-handed relief pitcher. Trevor May, he was signed, and on yesterday they avoided arbitration with left-hander Steven Matz, agreeing to a 1-year, $5.2 million deal. They also signed right-handed pitcher Jacob Barnes to a $750,000 one-year contract, and outfielder Guillermo Heredia to a one-year deal. So Mets are moving ahead with the different deals. Along with that, they also tendered contracts to the following players: Pete Alonso, Miguel Castro, Michael Conforto, J.D. Davis, Edwin Diaz, Robel Garcia, Andres Jimenez, Robert Giselman, Luis Guillorme, Franklin Colomi, Seth Lugo, Patrick Mazeika, Jeff McNeil, Tomas Nido, Brandon Nemo, Corey Oswald, David Peterson, Ahmad Rosario, Ali Sanchez, Dominic Smith, Drew Smith, Noah Syndergaard, Thomas Zapucki, and Daniel Zamora. They did not tender contracts to the following players: Ariel Jurado, Paul Sewald, Chasen Shreve, and Nick Tropiano. So yesterday was the non-tendered day, and that's who the Mets tendered contracts to and who they did not tender contracts to. They are also looking at free agents, and there are reports out there that James McCann is their pick over JT Realmuto, and they could be pursuing McCann on a 4-year deal. Didn't say any money amounts, but that could be what they're looking into instead of Realmuto. Realmuto is terrific catcher. Don't get me wrong, but he's also very expensive at this stage. And, it's tough with a guy he's a little bit older, and you just, you don't know. It's just, you just don't know with the cash situation, and you hate to spend that kind of money on a guy like that. So we don't know, but they keep shopping around, and we will see how it all shakes itself out. Let's see what else. Steve Cohen, the new manager, was on SNY talking to Steve Gelbs. Same pretty stuff. He's excited to be here. He's a businessman. He's not looking to spend money like crazy, but he wants a winner, and will pursue it in that way. And always a good thing to hear. He also confirmed that he has the Mookie Buckner baseball, and that he will probably turn it over to the Mets Hall of Fame. So we'll all be able to ensure that. He paid a pretty hefty price. I think he said it was $500,000 he paid for that ball, and I hope he put some people in the seats to pay for that eventually. But it'll be back in the fold. It'll be pretty nice to see. Sandy Alderson also talked to the press and told us that pretty much, and it looks like a done deal, Luis Rojas will be back as manager of the New York Mets. Makes sense at this point in time. It's a 60-game season. Nobody knows what's going to happen next year at all. We'll see. We'll see. It's just we don't know if there's even going to be a season. My guess is going to be a delayed season, and we'll have baseball, but it'll be a short season again, much like last year. So, but you never know for sure, especially the way this crazy virus has hit everything going on lately. So we'll just have to see. But that's the way it goes. So, and he also said he's continuing to look for a general manager as they progress. They thought they had a shot at Chris Young. Name was up, the ex-pitcher. He was interested in it, but it fell through. He decided he didn't want to move his family to the Northeast. Apparently, he moved his family here and moved when he was working for the commissioner's office. Moved back to Texas, I believe it was. And at this point in time, because of family issues, and he did not want to move his family back again because I guess the same family issues. So he is out of the running for general managers. But I've got a couple of candidates that they could look into if you'll indulge me, and let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk about those candidates. Okay, maybe not. There we go.
Hey, baseball fans and book fans as well. This is Frank Nappi, author of the Legend of Mickey Tussler series, inviting all of you to learn more about my protagonist, Mickey Tussler, an incredible pitching prodigy who has autism. Follow Mickey's journey as he captures the hearts of fans everywhere with his blazing fastball and indomitable spirit. Please visit Amazon or www.franknappy.com for more information.
Hi, this is the world-famous Mr. Brewtown of BrewtownSports.Podomatic.com. You know, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Brewtown Sports. You can also listen to the show at Stitcher.com, TuneIn.com, and iTunes.com. And we've got the new one. It's called BrewtownRadio.Weebly.com. But the one that I'm most proud of being on is BaseballPodcast.net. It is the home of great baseball talk shows. Check it out, my show and all kinds of other programs all about Major League Baseball. So check it out. That's baseballpodcast.net, the home for great baseball talk shows.
516-619-6341. That is the comment voicemail hotline if you'd like to be a part of the show, and drop us a line, leave us a comment or a voicemail question, anything at all. Call that number 516-619-6341, or go to MetsMusings.com and click on that widget in the middle of the screen, and that's a speak pipe, and you can leave a voicemail right through your computer through your computer's microphone. Or if you prefer to do things the old-fashioned way, send us an email at metsmusings@gmail.com. The Facebook page is facebook.com/groups/MetsMusings, and the Twitter handle is at MetsMusings1. And if you'd like to help out the show, check out our Patreon page. Check out the campaign at patreon.com/MetsMusings.
Okay, and we are back. And my three candidates that I have for general manager would be, how about number one, or bench coach? We forgot to mention Helmsley Mullins, but we're going to have a story on the staff in just a second. Helmsley Mullins out as bench coach, and I think an ideal person for that job would be Edgardo Alfonso, but I thought he'd also make a good general manager. Did a great job with the Brooklyn Cyclones. Deserves a job in this organization. He got screwed by Brody Van Wagenen, and the first thing Steve Cohen should be doing is bringing him back. That being said, Edgardo Alfonso would be one of my choices. Another choice would be, and he'd make a good bench coach as well. Another choice would be David Wright. How about David Wright if he wants to be involved in baseball again? Could be a good candidate for bench coach or for general manager. He could learn at the feet, as it were, of Sandy Alderson and see what he has. Don't know what he wants to do or get involved in. Same thing for my third choice. My third choice, with third suggestion, would be Mike Piazza. He has experience running a club. He owns a club in Italy, a soccer club, so he's got some experience in that way. Maybe a good thing if he wanted to get involved back in the game of baseball. And again, he'd make a great bench coach. So there's three candidates for two different jobs. Three guys. Any combination of them would be great. It looks like Jeremy Hefner is going to be back as the It's definitely true. As the team is close to finalizing its staff under manager Luis Rojas, Helmsley Mullins is out as the bench coach, so we have to bring in a new bench coach. Hitting coach Chili Davis might return, while that is not a totally done deal. He is currently under contract for next season, as is everyone but bullpen coach Ricky Bones. Bones will be offered a new contract according to sources. There is expected to be some further movement on the staff, which could include shifting roles for some. The Mets have also shown interest in the past in a reunion with former hitting coach Pat Rossler. Rossler is currently the assistant hitting coach in Washington, but could be interviewed for promotions, say to a hitting or bench coach job. It's not yet clear if the Mets will ultimately go in that direction, but they have considered it. And as we say, Mullins is out as the bench coach. So lots of decisions to make. Who to sign. They're looking for a general manager. Now they're looking for a bench coach. Is Chili Davis going to come back? Remember last year he was gone most of the season because of COVID. He didn't even show up at all. And so did a lot of stuff on video with the guy. So will he be willing to come back, or will they be willing for him to come back, or is he going to be out? All stuff that's coming up, and we will remain to figure out as we go through the winter months. And one other thing is the winter meetings will be coming up. They will not be in person, of course. They will be done virtually. I had to look for the word in the new jargon of the new age. With Zoom, I guess, and Skype calls, that sort of thing. I don't know how exactly they handle it. They might have their own internal thing, but that will be taking place as well as we go along. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Hope you enjoyed it, and I want to thank you all for listening and putting up with some of the problems that we had, and hope you'll continue to listen, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is the best thing that you could do to help out the show. You can do it on Apple Play or YouTube, especially wherever you listen to or watch the podcast. Hit the subscribe button. That helps me grow the show and expand to new listeners. And if you'd like to help us out, you can help us out monetarily by going to anchor.fm/MetsMusings. And it tells you right there how you can help out the show. Or go to patreon.com/MetsMusings and become a patron of MetsMusings. So we would appreciate anything you could help us with. So, a short show. Got in as much stuff as I could that's out there, but hopefully more. We'll have bigger news the next time we get together, which will probably be in a week or two. So until next time, remember to keep the faith, stay optimistic, and let's go Mets. And I'll see you next time on another edition of Mets Musings.